Hey everyone, exciting news. We've officially launched the Paranoid Perspective Patreon. If you love what we do, unpacking conspiracies, chasing mysteries, and laughing through the weirdness, now you can support the show and get more of it.
So, for as little as $5 a month, you will get exclusive access and extra perks to the episode. Sarah, what do we get with tier one?
So, tier one is the Curious Minds, and you get a shout out at the end of every episode.
Next tier, this is what you guys really probably want, ad free episodes. We don't need those pesky ads that you guys are getting on Spotify, Apple, whatever else. You will get all episodes ad free, along with what else, Sarah?
You'll also get it ahead of time. So before the episode releases for that week, it'll be available for you to watch or listen.
So, if you guys are interested, check in the show notes down below, or you can head to patreon.com/ the Paranoid Perspective Podcast. Welcome back to the Paranoid Perspective. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah.
Sarah, we are living in a new age, going back to the fucking moon, and I am so fucking excited. It's not even funny. It's actually,
It is really cool.
And the best part about it is it's fucking happening right now. Like, they are still, like, dude, it's what a time to be alive, especially in my opinion. I'm a super nerd when it comes to space, and the Artemis program is really, really cool. And honestly, for what's it been fucking since like the 70s? Yeah, 72. We've like 50 plus years we have not returned to the moon,
Right. Yeah.
and that was what the final mission for the Apollo program. And
Yeah.
it's always funny to me too, especially with the advent of like the flat earthers and stuff like that, where people are just like, well, why did we stop then? Why haven't we gone back? We lost the
Right.
technology. We don't know how to do it anymore. Blah, 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 blah. People always want to say why. They want to say, why did we stop? Why did we never go back? And more importantly, why did we really even do it? Right.
Right. Yeah.
So
Well, that is a debate.
it's not though. That's the
No,
thing.
just
It's
kidding. Yeah.
it's not. It's not. Anyway,
Did you
but
see, sorry,
no,
not
you're
to
fine.
tangent too much, but did you see like the image they said was from, Artemis, like of the Earth, the
Yeah.
most recent?
Mm-hmm.
And then there were still like flat earthers on the freaking comments being like, "Oh, see, it is flat. Why
I
is it like that? It's supposed to be a oval, isn't it?" It's like,
I was watching
oh
a
my
YouTube
God.
video earlier today about I don't know if you're familiar with them. One of them is called Flat Earth Dave. You should check him out on
No.
YouTube. He's hilarious
Okay.
because he's fucking stupid. Uh, the other guy is a guy named Mark Sargent, and they're two like super prominent flat earthers that are like
Mm.
doing their best to hang on for dear life for this little money grab bullshit they got back in like 2012 when it started really popping off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They live streamed the launch, and all they were doing was like picking it apart and like saying dumb shit, and
That's
it's
insane.
hilarious. But
Yeah, because someone's was like, "Why is it curving to go up? Because it's gonna
yeah,
hit the firmament."
yeah, it's dumb. It's
Yeah,
it's fucking dumb. But
yeah. But
I kind of wanted to take a moment to step into like a lot of this is one of the most ambitious things I think we've done in modern history, you know. And this is also a mission that takes human beings further than we've ever gone into space. So it's like
mm,
super crazy. And the Artemis II mission for people that might not know, it's a mission designed to kind of orbit around and slingshot back to Earth. It's not going to land. It's not going to do anything. It's just literally going to slingshot around, bring the astronauts home. But the mission could pave the way for like a permanent human presence beyond Earth,
mm,
i.e., on the moon. And
right. Oh
then
well.
a possible stepping stone, because the moon would be easier to get off of than Earth, to
Oh
Mars.
yeah, that makes
So
sense.
But there are a lot of people, especially in the growing days, because I believe it was Monday. They were supposed to be going around the far side of the moon.
Oh,
And for listeners that may not know, this is April 7th of the time of us recording this. So I don't want anybody to, you know, think that I'm saying this coming Monday or last Monday or whatever it is, whenever this does
right.
come
Yeah.
out. But a lot of people are saying the same shit over and over again. It's fake. Oh, it's whatever.
Mm,
It's another Hollywood production. So I kind of wanted to break down like the official timeline from launch, the trajectory, the physics, and then we can step into the conspiracy side of it with the flat earthers and the fake space
okay.
people and,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say I do admire about people that claim to be flat earthers, and this is me giving them just a little bit, is I do like people that are skeptical because it is good to be skeptical. You shouldn't like just always be skeptical, but it is good to be skeptical. I think they just kind of go
Right.
a bit too over
Yeah.
the top.
Well, and they don't recalibrate. I mean, it's like confirmation, like they look for what will solidify
Yes.
their
Yes.
views. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But if we start at the beginning, the Artemis program didn't just appear out of nowhere. Like Artemis 1, it was an uncrewed moon orbiting mission that launched on November 16th of 2022.
Hmm.
So this isn't just like something that they just were like, oh, hey, guess we're going to put people on this fucking
Right.
rocket and we're going to orbit them around the moon. Um, but the three major goals of the Artemis programs were to return humans to the moon, establish sustainable lunar exploration, and prepare for deep space missions to Mars. That is the kind
Oh.
of three main things that they want to achieve with this. And we're just at Artemis 2, which is kind of still that like proving ground stage that like
Yeah.
we can do it and effectively, safely get people to and from, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, um, whenever like it's almost like the best way that I was listening to somebody explain it, it's like it's a dress rehearsal for what comes next. That's the easiest way to
Hmm.
kind of think about it. But the Artemis 2 is the first crewed mission for the Artemis program. It's a 10-day flight around the moon, um, designed to test life support, navigation, and deep sea operations of the current
Wow.
equipment that they're using. Um, And once again, it's still wild to think about. This is the first time humans will leave low Earth orbit since 1972. Like
Yeah, that is
that's
crazy.
that's
Wow.
crazy. More than half a century. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Now, the astronauts involved are Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen. Now, Jeremy Hansen is a mission specialist. He is from Canada. I believe the others are for all United States.
Hmm.
Now, I mean, as far as like historic stuff goes, not only are people going further than we've ever gone, this is the first woman to, Christina Cook is the first woman to travel beyond low Earth orbit.
Wow.
There, and the first non-American to go that far into space as well. So,
Oh, wow. That's great.
I mean,
I mean,
it's a pretty big statement, not just,
yeah,
so
that's crazy. So, I do you know why they have a Canadian though? Like what they just
I'm
looked for anyone or how did he get on?
I'm not sure. I didn't look into that because the Jeremy Hansen, I'm not sure why. But
Yeah.
see, and I'm happy you asked that because what a lot of people say, oh, also the first person of color to be on a lunar mission.
Hmm. Oh,
But
wow.
a lot of people say that's exactly why it makes it so suspicious. I don't know
Because he's
why.
Canadian?
No, just, the first woman, first person of color, and first
Oh, all
non-American.
this first stuff. Yeah.
Right.
As a
Okay.
oh,
But the thing is, it's like there has to be a first at some point. You know what I
right.
mean? You can't just, I don't know. It's always funny to me when
Yeah,
we
that's
use
weird.
the circumstance as evidence that it's fake. You know what I mean?
Too
They
many
were,
firsts.
well, they were the best qualified candidates. Like, they're not just going to send random astronauts into space.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're like, NASA's not like looking at like any DEI program. They're like, who's the best for the mission? And that's who got picked. That is literally what is happening right now. It just so happened to be these four individuals that were the best for
Right.
the mission. So, but if we talk about not only like the historic value of what, you know, culturally we're doing, um, the hardware is pretty awesome too. Um, it's not really just about the astronauts. It's the most powerful rocket that NASA has ever built.
Really? Oh,
And
wow.
it's called the Space Launch System. And it's like a true successor to the Saturn V, which was massive at the time in the 70s. And its literally only job is just to get people out of Earth's orbit. Like that's why it's so
Mm,
big, just to push that
right.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then attached to it is a spacecraft that will carry the crew, which is called Orion.
Eh,
Now, Orion is not just a deep space survival system. It provides like, or that's pretty much what it is. It's a survival system to live in space. Life support, navigation, radiation protection, communication across hundreds of thousands of miles. Like it's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
advanced. Now, like during the Apollo missions, I think I think we have more computing power in our cell phones than the astronauts had in the Apollo mission.
I think that's
So,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
I I mean,
Kind of crazy.
right. So, I mean, it makes sense. We're in 2026, top of the line equipment, just right across the board. NASA's been, you know, proving this stuff for probably decades now, trying to make it better, trying to make it the most efficient it possibly can. Um, but it's cool because this is the vehicle or the delivery system and the vehicle that will not only take humans back to the moon, but eventually beyond. I mean, there'll probably be some
Oh,
upgrades to
wow.
it as it goes, but I mean, yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. If we talk about the launch, this is another point of conjecture for some of these flat earthers. It happened to be on the 1st of April of 2026.
Oh, so they thought it was a joke?
I
Is, is
any
that what they're
excuse you could
saying?
any excuse you
Oh
can
my
give these
God.
motherfuckers, you can. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this is
Wow.
after years of delays and testing and weather issues and technical challenges and like it it just once again, it just happened to be the day that everything was ready to go.
Mm, yeah.
Like it
Well, and they couldn't have done it that much earlier, right? Because of the weather? Like,
I
because
think
it's too
so.
cold?
I
Like,
don't know. There's a lot of contributing factors too.
yeah.
So,
I just wonder what's the first day they could even do it because they have to wait like during winter and stuff.
I believe so.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So it might have, yeah, it might have literally been the first day of the year that they were like, let's do it.
Yeah. And
So,
it's also historic too because it was launched from the Kennedy Space Center, you know. So,
mm,
it's pretty cool. And I just always think it's kind of crazy when you watch these videos too because it's like right when those rockets ignite and then like all that flame and it
yeah,
looks like it's moving so slowly, but it's so much fucking
it-
thrust coming out of those engines. It's not even funny. It's literally
it's
just a
crazy.
controlled explosion with thousands of tons of thrust, just
That's the
fucking
way, it's the
shooting you
only
up in
way
the
we
air.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, just light up the, yeah. And
fucking,
like the massive cloud, like, oh my God.
yeah. But the craziest part about this, have you seen what the orbit is to like the actual flight trajectory of Artemis?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you gotta fucking, dude, this is insane. Not insane. It makes sense. But it literally is so if you look at it from it's taking off here from Florida,
Okay, yeah.
having to go around
Mm.
and then slingshot yet again around
Oh, wow.
Earth and then get shot out.
And then it can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're gonna land in the ocean, right?
It looks like it's going to be off of the west coast of the United
Yeah.
States. So I'm assuming probably, yeah, in the Pacific. The Pacific is usually the place just because it's the largest, you know,
Yeah.
ocean
It's the
that we
easiest
have.
to land, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
You're not going to miss it. That's for sure.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, yeah. But but for the first 2 days of that is literally where they're just kind of orbiting, you know,
Wow.
and
Yeah,
they
that's
are
crazy.
relatively close to Earth when that happens. Like they're still, I think they're above low Earth orbit at that point, but it's still pretty close,
Mm.
relatively speaking. But this is where like it's kind of like a make or break point. We got to check all life support systems, navigations, communications, crew operations. Like they're essentially asking, does everything work with humans on board before we make this fucking next slingshot? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because once it gets
right.
fucking shot out,
Yeah, that's
you're,
it. You're just out there. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God. That would be so scary,
dude,
though.
I would be so fucking here for it. I cannot wait. I hope in our lifetime that it's like, oh, hey, instead of going to Disney World this year, we're going to go to the fucking
Mm.
moon.
Yeah, as long as you're not the first one to go
I don't want to be
for
the first
the
one.
tourist. Yeah.
I want to be like the 500,002 person to go.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. Definitely. Yeah. That could be
But
fun.
I think it would be amazing. Even if you orbited it, even if you were up there for the 10
Yeah,
day thing and you just got to orbit or do the little slingshot thing. I think that would be
right.
so fucking awesome. Um, but the good thing is it was kind of already known that it was going to work just because of the Artemis 1. They were testing
Mhm.
all those things. And then with Artemis 2, we have proven now that everything working fine and mission's still going and no big deal. Um, but what they call that trajectory is a translunar injection. Um, it pretty much after circling the Earth, Orion, just the capsule on the top of the rocket, will fire its engines super hard and fast just to very precisely get out of Earth's orbit.
Oh,
Um, and the craziest thing is, you want to take a guess at how fast the spacecraft accelerates to, roughly, give or take?
when it's trying to get out of orbit?
Mm-hmm.
Poor G's. I don't know.
I'm talking about miles per hour, Sarah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. A million.
No, 22,000 miles per
Okay, I
hour.
did. What's like higher? Not. I was gonna say 100,000, but what's
Well, but still, 22,000 miles per
okay?
hour doesn't even fucking make sense.
Yeah, that's a lot. How much is the ISS going? Isn't it like constantly
Well,
falling or something?
technically, it's in free fall. So I don't know the
Oh,
speed at which it's going because that's
oh,
technically what low Earth
right.
orbit is you're just free falling in, you
Hmm.
know. Um, but like I said earlier, man, once you hit those boosters and you escape Earth's orbit, you're pretty much on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're, I don't know. But from there, it takes about 4 days to get to the moon.
4 days
So,
still, and
yeah.
then 4 days back,
Hmm.
or do they get a little boost coming back?
I think there is some, probably a marginal effect, but you also have to think too, if they're accelerating to 22,000 miles per hour, they have to have time to slow down as well.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's
you
hot.
can't,
Just mid like
yeah,
God.
just go shoot
Yeah.
right past it, you know, and then
Oh
you're
my
fucked.
God. That would be scary.
But the good thing is, one of the things flat earthers like to say is like, oh, they're just going to be up there for 10 days. It's like, no, as the crew is going, they're running experiments, testing systems, and documenting everything. Like they're fucking working their asses off the entire
Oh
time.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Like
you're always doing
they're
something. They're
not
not
like, they're not just hanging out, you know,
right.
just
Just
like,
twiddle, just
I,
playing like tic-tac-toe for until they get there to see something.
the only thing that I think would be kind of scary in that moment is like every day the earth is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Can they see that? Like, will they be able to see the Earth because they're going away from it? Can they see the moon getting bigger?
yep.
Can they see both? Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know how exactly it's orientated, but I have
Right.
seen pictures of both. So I don't know if they can
Oh,
physically
okay.
see it,
Yeah, I have seen a
but
picture. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
seeing it get smaller and smaller, but at least you're seeing the moon get bigger.
True. True. There's at
Yeah,
least another body.
yeah, if you totally missed it, I mean, there's no rescue coming
Oh, you're
if you just
fucked.
start,
You are
yeah,
fucked.
right.
But
And then, yeah, that, oh my God.
I mean, I'm still so here for it. I would still just be all over it. But I think this is like, you hear a lot of astronauts talk about this, especially the ones that, went to the moon. It kind of starts to get a little like philosophical because for the first
Mhm.
time in decades, you're looking at Earth again as the Apollo astronauts did. Just a
Right.
blue ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No borders, no nothing, no, whatever. It's like everybody that you've ever read about, everybody that you've ever met, everything throughout history has happened on that ball.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And then you see it just it in
It's
space,
just,
like just,
yeah. And it's,
yeah,
and it's so minuscule compared to
right.
the vastness around it. You know what I mean? So,
I think once we can like do tourism in space, I think every single person should be required to see the Earth from that perspective.
yeah, just at the very least to dissuade everybody that's a fucking flat earther still, because there'll still be people.
Right.
So,
Well, and just get more perspective of like your problems really are not
yeah,
that big.
no,
Like,
no. This whole
yeah,
this whole idea of, bullshit identity that you think you have just because you like certain things or dislike certain things. It's like when you see it from that perspective, it's just like, okay, well, that doesn't mean anything.
right. Yeah.
So, as it does approach the moon and when it does fly by, though, it's going to be roughly about 4,000 miles above the moon's surface. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
also going to go behind the moon and it will be completely cut off from Earth, no communication, no signal. It's the same maneuver that Apollo used,
Mm.
and it's called a free return trajectory. And it's pretty much just the moon's gravity will sling the or the spacecraft back to Earth, without needing like major propulsion.
Yeah.
So, and I really like it because that like figure eight shape is really efficient, but
Yeah.
it is kind of terrifying because once you commit to that path, you are riding physics home. You're
Well,
not,
yeah.
you know,
Right. Well, good thing physics has been studied for a long time.
that's true.
It's
That's true.
pretty it's pretty solid.
It is solid, but I mean, it's like something you can't, it's like not tangible. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
yeah.
so
Or
I
if
think
you're
it's
just off like just a little bit,
just this
and then
tiny
it's,
degree.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Right. Yeah.
Now, at its furthest point, Artemis will travel roughly 250,000 miles from Earth. That is further than
Oh my
any human
God.
being has ever gone.
Yeah. Good thing they're like together though, at least. If it was like
Yeah,
just one person, I feel
I
like that
don't
would be
think that
really
would be good for the astronaut
right.
that was the single person to have to
Yeah.
do that. Um,
They're like, just we're just gonna test one right
yeah,
now. Just
but I think that's the point. It's like it's not just a moon mission. Like we're pushing the limits of our
yeah.
exploration too. Like that's what the cool thing is. And the easy quote unquote thing is after looping around the moon, we're just coming on back to Earth. Another few days in space, a little more testing, some observations, and then we get to probably the most dangerous part, which is reentry.
Yeah. A lot can go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Orion is estimated to hit Earth's atmosphere at around 25,000 miles per hour.
Wow. That's
That
insane. Yeah.
that's a shit ton of friction, that's a shit ton of
Yeah.
heat, that's a shit ton of fire, you know? And I mean, the way that the capsule is like the bottom of it's going to hit first, so there's a lot of heat
Yeah.
shielding and stuff like that. Um but on that heat shielding, like we're talking like thousands of degrees, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's gonna be crazy. When are they supposed to come back? Like what's the date?
let me see. I did not look at that. Artemis 2
I'm gonna have to watch that.
return date. They will be back Friday, April 10th. So 3 days from now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep. 3 days from us recording this.
Yeah.
So I guess when this episode publishes, we'll know for sure whether everything went fine, which I'm sure it will. But that's kind of the scary part about the reentry because if anything fails, like Once again,
Yeah.
there's no backup, but it's probably going to work. I mean, we've done a lot of reentry, and I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's something that we've definitely done before.
Oh, yeah.
Parachutes will deploy, capsule splashes down in the Pacific Ocean, and at that point, mission's been completed. So, um, I think it's funny because I've had a lot of people that I've spoken to this about at work, and they're just kind of like indifferent about it, which kind of drives me up the wall. It's like,
Yeah.
this is just the test. This is just the test. Everything is
Right.
about preparing for the next mission, which is Artemis 3, to literally put humans back on the moon. And
Do they have a date for that? When are
I
they trying
don't
to do that?
I don't know. Once again, we're great podcasting here, Sarah. We are Googling it up, but I need to know that.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, they'll probably try to do Mars in our lifetime, right?
yeah, I would think so. Okay, so Artemis 3 mission is planned to launch mid 2027. That's
Wow,
fucking
that's
wild.
really soon.
Right.
Well, I guess take the learnings from this and use it for a year and then
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
next one
But
every year or something.
this doesn't just mean a visit. They're talking about possibly permanent. Like, yeah,
For next year?
yeah,
What?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Because that's the goal, right? The goal is to establish permanent bases on the moon. That way we can not only, like, you got to think, if you put a telescope on the dark side of the moon, like, you're going to be obscured from all
Oh, yeah.
of Earth's, you're still going to, the moon still orbits, so it's not always dark there. Like, the sunlight hits it, but from our perspective, it's fixed. So it will not be interfered with by anything from Earth. Or,
Right.
like I said earlier, getting off of the moon is a hell of a lot easier than getting off of Earth. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Wow.
But this is where things kind of start to shift a lot online, because like all of this is like a huge triumph of engineering, and you always get the none of this is real. Space itself is a lie. The Artemis
Right.
2 is just the next chapter in decades long deception, Sarah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just NASA trying to be relevant and making shit up,
Eh,
apparently.
and that's the thing that kind of
I,
pisses me off. It's just like, I don't know. While NASA presents, the Artemis 2 as a historic return to deep space, it, th- there's something that flat earthers like to do is they just like to challenge everything just because I think they do. And they don't understand it. They'll always go with this like, oh, it's not a sphere, it's flat, it's stationary plane. Trying to think of other talking points that flat earthers do. And if it's true, then there's no orbit, there's no deep space, and there's no leaving Earth. So Artemis 2 can't be real. That's
right.
that's their thought process here right now.
Right. Yeah.
And like you alluded to earlier, one of the most common claims you'll hear is there's a firmament. Firmament. We can't leave the proverbial
Right.
dome. I forget how high they say it is, but it's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because I don't even know if ISS like the fits in it. Maybe it
No,
does,
I don't
but
think they believe the
yeah,
ISS is
I don't
real
think
either.
so. Yeah. Right.
So,
Yeah.
and I've heard a few things of it's not going to the moon, it's going quote unquote somewhere else, or more directly, it's not going anywhere at all. It's just fake space footage. That's literally what they'll say every fucking time. Oh, it's CGI.
Okay.
Oh, it's been manipulated. Oh, like when I was watching that those two flat earthers react to the actual launch, they were like, "Oh," and this guy started counting, and I was like, "What is he counting?" He was counting every time the camera changed to a different camera.
Wow. To like
Okay,
clip in or whatever other.
okay. Well, by that logic, I've watched plenty of I've watched plenty of football games, Sarah. How many times do they change the camera angles there? Must not be a real
Right.
football game.
No. That's
You
football's
know what I
not
mean?
real.
It's not.
Yeah, right.
It's not.
Yeah. Or the playbacks,
Yeah,
witchcraft.
witchcraft, fucking the devil, you know?
Right, yeah. Oh
But
my gosh.
according to their theories about this, it's all green screen, CGI rendering, augmented reality, pre-recorded footage. That's
What?
all it is.
And everyone that's watching it is actors?
Or we're
Like,
or we're the sheeple that are willingly being lied to about, you know,
oh,
and just buying it
so
hook, line, and
right.
sinker,
So
you
everyone
know.
reacts to the massive fireball and it's not real.
Well, and they'll say stuff like they've done this for like people on the ISS, like the reflections in astronauts' helmets look weird. There'll be like harness glitches in ISS footage. Objects appear to float strangely. And what they say is you're just seeing a production. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Right.
Now,
Yeah, it's in some Hollywood studio.
yeah, well, and to be
Right.
fair, when we were doing this in the 60s and 70s, this is the part that people like to leave out. We were also in a Cold War with Russia, who was also trying to get into space.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we put out a lot of propaganda, some of which was training stuff on Earth that they blacked out the background and made it look like it was a spacewalk. That 100% happened, and I will not argue that there is probably not a lot of propaganda out there like that. That being
Yeah.
said, that doesn't mean we didn't go to the fucking moon.
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't mean the Earth is fucking flat.
Right. And that we have a dome
Yeah.
over it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, and one of the things, another one is, we covered this in our flat Earth episode last year, but they always talk about the curvature. You can't see the curvature. You can't see this, or it's always a fisheye
All
lens.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because of the way the airplane windows look, or it's because of it's a high altitude balloon with a fisheye lens, or it's just weird amateur footage that has somehow been altered. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what they always go with is, I trust my senses. It looks flat, so it is flat. That is the
Right.
stupidest fucking argument.
Right. Because we're basically ants on the planet. Like, we cannot see that far.
Well,
Like,
okay, but that's the thing. Like,
uh,
you can't, like, there are certain things that you, like, can't trust your senses on, right?
well, yeah. Right. Yeah,
Like,
our brains are kind of dumb with
well,
that. Like,
a
visual.
prime example, if you're, it's wintertime and your hands are fucking freezing and you put them underwater, even if it's cold water, they will feel like they're on fire.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yep.
is that water hot because my hands are telling me this water is hot?
Right.
No. But
Well,
that's
to
what I'm
you it
saying.
is.
Well,
Well, yeah, yeah. No, I
you know what I'm
know. They
saying?
can't look past their own, I don't know. Like, it's like a issue with perceiving other people's
Well, and it's just all it
like
is
stuff
a
too.
big circular confirmation bias. That's
Yeah.
all that flat earth people do. They look for
Right.
stuff that makes sense, and then when something doesn't fit their narrative, they do everything they can to try to make it fit their
Like,
narrative.
like the end of the movie.
Oh, dude, that's so fucking hilarious. I love that
Right.
movie so much.
Yeah.
But now here's where the argument gets a little bit technical. Are you familiar with the Van Allen radiation belts?
No.
So it's a region of really charged particles surrounding the Earth.
Oh, surrounding the Earth.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now, flat
Because
Earth
of,
it's just different particles that pretty much from like our magnetosphere that the sun
oh,
is kind of, you know what I mean? I'm not
yeah.
super well versed in this, um, but pretty much the proponents of the flat earthers would say these would kill astronauts instantly.
Really?
Yeah. Now, they would ask, if it kills them instantly, how did the Apollo astronauts survive? How will Artemis II people survive? It's obviously fucking fake. They can't get through the Van Allen radiation belts. Here's
Hmm.
the thing. It's not a solid wall of radiation. There are
Yeah.
pockets of it that are thinner than the other pockets of it.
Okay.
NASA, when they were planning out this trajectory, picked a spot that was very thin that they could get
Mm.
through very quickly. That also being said, when the Apollo astronauts went through it, the amount of radiation they received was amount to a roughly about a CT scan.
Oh, okay. Right. It's not enough to kill you
It's not
instantly,
even
for
anywhere
sure.
close to killing you.
Right. Yeah.
Now, nobody's debating that it won't affect you by you being in that radiation belt. It definitely, you will be irradiated to that extent, but you have no problem going and getting a CT scan. It's the same thing.
They might. I don't know.
Well, I'm speaking
Yeah,
generally
yeah, yeah.
here,
Right,
you
yeah.
know,
No, it's right. It's similar risk. Well,
but
and the ship has, I mean, it's protected from, I mean, there's all radiation in space
yeah,
all the time.
it,
So
it's
there's
just,
some,
I remember I was watching I can't remember what mission he was on, but he was an Apollo astronaut. And there was a guy that was a moon landing denier on a podcast with him. And this guy's like 90 years old at this point, right?
oh, wow, yeah.
And they were talking about the Van Allen radiation belt. And he was like, well, were you just not aware? He's like, no, we were aware, but nobody was worried about it. Like we knew when we were going through it, but nobody was fucking worried about it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because they have this
Yeah.
idea that it's just like this massive wall of just pure death that you can't break through. And if
You
you
like
do,
feel too or something.
yeah,
Oh
well,
my
yeah,
gosh.
the second you enter it, you just light up like
Right.
a light bulb, you know, because all the radiation hitting your body, you know, or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. These people need to look up the radium girls because like they literally were
Exactly.
licking that and that took a long time to even have an effect still.
Yeah.
That's way, yeah.
Physically ingesting radium.
Right.
Yeah.
And they weren't immediately glowing.
No,
That took a long time.
no.
So, wow.
The next thing is the distance problem. They always have an issue with distance. It's always a
Right.
fucking point of conjecture. And the moon is definitely not 250,000 miles away, Sarah. You wouldn't, how could you know that? How could you measure that? If I can't physically see it and be there, how can I know that that's what it is? They're just lying to me. It can't be that
Oh
far
my
away.
God.
Yeah. Um, Flat earthers will often place the moon much closer, sometimes even within a few thousand miles of Earth.
A few
Yeah.
thousand miles. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That
Yeah.
would destroy both,
Yeah.
probably. Like,
So
okay.
when NASA starts saying distances, all they say is that's
Mm.
not true. That's not true. You can see it. Look how big it is. It's got to be close and local. You know, that's a very common
Oh,
phrase that they like to use. Um,
okay. That's crazy.
and that also leads to the conclusion to them that the trajectory is fake. It's just some
Oh.
bullshit that they made up that's not real. So anyway, and
Oh,
the one that I like the most from flat earthers is follow the money. And there's the motive. You know what I mean?
right.
A lot of flat earth proponents will say that NASA and other space agencies are funded by billions of dollars annually. And they'll ask, you know, what if it's all a show? What if it's the biggest lie ever told? You know, if space isn't real, then all these funds disappear and power structures collapse and scientific authority is questioned. I don't think any of that would happen. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't think if NASA stopped being funded, what power structures are going to collapse?
Right. I mean, they're already being defunded.
That's
Like,
what I'm
I
saying.
don't
They
know that.
don't like,
Yeah.
if we looked at GDP across the entire, you know, United States government, it's a fucking minuscule amount that NASA
Oh,
gets.
yeah. Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That doesn't make any sense.
And that's what I think is funny because I heard a guy on that YouTube video I was watching earlier today. It's like, this isn't about rockets. This is about control, man. And it's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Right. What are
Controlling
they
what?
controlling? Right.
Like,
Yeah. Like, I don't think it would matter at all if we were under a dome. Like, what would it change at all?
I,
Why would
I,
they lie about it? I
I
don't
still
know.
got to pay
Like,
bills.
right.
Like,
None of it changes.
nothing changed. It doesn't change anything.
I mean,
It,
they like announced the aliens were real basically, and no one cared.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't matter.
right. So why would they lie about it? Like,
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
But it's funny too, and I think it's just because we do live in an age of information. You know, you've got platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, Instagram,
Yeah.
any of the social medias that you look at. That's where these algorithms, i.e., the people watching the content, people love controversy. They love doubt
Yeah.
and they love emotional reactions. Like, it's easy to do, you know? All you
Right.
got to say is some dumb shit. Like, all you probably have to do is bring up Artemis 2 and now that becomes the focal point and now we're going to just argue about it. Like I've seen those
Right.
dumb memes about how, oh, just to prove that people will argue about anything and they'll put like like a picture of a plank. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you go to the
Yeah.
comments and people are just fucking going after each other about a plank of wood. So,
Right. Everyone's got too much time apparently.
yeah. Um Now Artemis 2 is unfolding as we speak and a lot of people are watching it really closely. They'll talk about like, oh, well, it loses signal inconveniently or too conveniently or whatever. And it's like, yeah,
Right.
because it's going through fucking space and it's super far away.
Right. Yeah, it goes in and out, of course. We're
You
yeah.
can like I can't even drive down some of my streets here without dropping my cell phone signal.
Right. Yeah. There's been many times where I've had
Like,
zero, like nothing, and I needed it. And I'm
yeah.
on Earth. I think I'm
Eh,
on Earth.
Oh, yeah. And the best one is like when they all have these like crazy theories about like the blackout when they go behind the moon and
Oh,
that's when they say
yeah.
they'll switch feeds and they'll do a bunch of weird shit and blah, I don't fucking know, you know.
Are they gonna see aliens over there, you think?
I
The
don't
dark
know.
side of the moon.
Maybe. I mean, it makes sense, but if they
Right.
were
Yeah.
here, so
The alien base that's over there, right?
I
They're
don't know
gonna
if there was an alien base, I think they would just keep it underwater because we wouldn't be able to find them anyway.
well, yeah, that's true. The decoy alien base is on the moon because they
That's
know we're
true.
gonna go there.
Now, I did kind of have like a scientific response to some of these just to kind of level the playing field, I guess, to these flat earthers. As far as curvature goes, like we measure that through satellite imagery, flight paths, GPS systems. Like you wouldn't have GPS if there wasn't
Yeah,
a curvature, you know?
right.
Um, I kind of already dispelled the radiation belts, the Van Allen radiation belts. Apollo passed through them just fine, minimal exposure. Trajectory. This is the big one. It's mathematically predictable. Like it's repeatable
Right.
and it's observable. Like you can watch it happen, you know. Now
Yeah.
they're going to say it's fake and it's not real, but I mean, nonetheless, you can still, you know. And you also have to think we have thousands of scientists, engineers, private companies, all operating on the same exact physics, not just NASA.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just NASA's little math. Like that's
It's
how the world works. Like,
I mean, we have private
oh
companies
my
like
goodness.
SpaceX and Blue Origin. They're doing the
Yeah.
fucking same thing. Like and you don't hear about, oh, it is all fake because of, you know what I mean? Like
Right. Yeah,
it's
they're sending
always
stuff
NASA.
out. Right. Just because they're part of the government, I guess.
I guess I don't know, but you know the thing is about it, like when SpaceX did the reusable boosters, where it came back down and landed back on that
Oh yeah.
platform, that was awesome,
Hmm.
and that is like a huge stepping stone for where we can actually reuse these systems and not just throw them into the fucking ocean, or
Well,
just
yeah.
have them orbit around Earth
Right.
for however long, you know.
Right.
But they also a lot of these from Blue Origin and SpaceX live stream most of their launches. And not
Yeah.
just the good ones, the failures too, where fucking rockets exploded on the fucking tarmacs and stuff.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but the biggest question that I always have for these flat earthers, if space is fake, this in my opinion, this is what it would require. A global conspiracy across all governments and across all private industry. That's what it would take.
Right. Well, yeah, because they're all saying that it's like this, so they're all in on it then. if
Yeah,
it's not.
but why? Then that's always
Right.
my next question. Why? Because they want to
Well,
control you.
yeah.
How? How is
Right.
them telling me space is fake or the moon landing is real? How is that controlling me? That it makes zero sense. But it's funny because like conspiracy theorists, when it comes to flat Earth and like the space stuff and whatnot, this is where they kind of struggle the most. It's scale. Artemis II, if you were to fake that, you need thousands of engineers, real-time simulation systems, and perfect global coordination.
Right. That
N-
wouldn't happen.
Not a leak from anybody, not one whistleblower with proof. Eh, Like any evidence, it would all fall apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
That really doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
and I kind of I kind of was thinking about this, and I didn't want to make it all about flat Earth, but I kind of got a little too carried away in my notes when I was doing this. But I was really thinking about like why do these ideas still persist? And I think it comes down to a couple things. Distrust of instructions.
Mm.
Governments have lied before. That's a fucking fact. We did Operation Northwoods. They do some crazy shit
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. So when we hear these big claims, we question them. And then it's also partially like complexity. Space and physics and traveling through space and time is extremely complex. Most people don't understand how that actually works. Most people don't even understand how their fucking car works,
Well, yeah.
let alone
Right.
space travel.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
not
some people can't even tell you how a bicycle works.
exactly what I'm saying.
So,
Like, you
yeah.
can't say that just because it doesn't make sense to you that it's fake.
Right.
So, and then a lot of pattern recognition happens. Like humans try to find like wired, we're kind of wired to find patterns even when they don't exist. So like a glitchy frame or like a reflection or something like that, we're just like, whoop, poof, that's it. That's right there. That if you're already conditioned to believe that, you're going to look for those patterns more like in depth. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And the unfortunate reality is, I think this is the biggest one, that it's all about their identity. They believe in alternative theories and it
Right.
becomes not their ideology becomes who they are, which is fucking that's where it gets crazy.
Yeah. Because
You know
then
what I
you
mean?
can't, I mean, what do you have if it's not, if that's not true anymore? If that's your identity, I
That's
mean, you
it.
don't have anything, right?
Nothing,
So
you
you
know?
can't like let it go.
No. And I think that's
Right.
why we have those guys and girls in that small community that literally hanging on to that for dear life because that's all they are.
Yeah.
In their mind, at least. You know what I mean? Not
Right.
saying that they're still human beings, and I'm not saying that anything bad about them. I'm saying in their mind.
Right. They can't give it up. Well, and it's maybe community too, if
It
you
is. It 100%
start,
is community. You
right.
know. So that's kind of what I was really kind of thinking about towards the end of the episode. It's like conspiracies don't offer answers; they more so offer like meanings, right?
Yeah.
It makes people feel like they've got it figured out or I see what you don't. You know what I mean? It makes you feel
Right. Yeah.
special, makes you feel like you've got a leg up on everybody, even if you're like saying some crazy ass shit that definitely isn't true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Yeah, it makes you feel smart and like you're in on the in crowd inside of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So,
But even if conspiracies are wrong, like sometimes the questions behind them aren't. Does that make sense? Like we should always question to a certain degree what we're being told. Like we shouldn't just buy everything with full certainty of that's whoever's
well, yeah.
telling us something is 100% the truth. But we should question that authority to a certain extent, but we should also verify information, right? And if we verify
Right.
information, even if it's not something we agree with, it's still right. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Right. Facts should be facts. Yeah.
Facts are facts.
Well,
So,
and like we should like if someone's an expert in their field, maybe believe them. Like,
well, I mean, I wouldn't say you need to believe them like wholeheartedly, but you should definitely put a lot more faith in them off of like
yeah.
their pedigree than just I watch YouTube videos, and this is what I think
Well, yeah,
is right.
right.
You know
Or
what I
I
mean?
saw this on TikTok, Reddit,
Right,
whatever. Yeah,
right.
right.
Because those people have spent a good portion of their young adult life in some sort of academia to get the title that or the position that they're in right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they had to work their ass off to learn and study and understand these complex ideas.
And they deal with it like every day,
Right.
if
Yeah.
that's still their profession. So they probably know more than you
Uh,
about
uh,
it. Like, yeah,
More than likely. More than
right.
likely.
But
Eh,
also verify they are an expert, I guess. Not just
right.
saying they're an expert.
Yeah. We don't want to run into psychiatrists that got one good case right and next thing you know.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Um,
Learn from that. Yeah.
but there's a difference between questioning and like outright denying everything.
Yeah.
Because if
Right.
you reject all the evidence that you're given, like no amount of proof will ever be enough. Like I guarantee you, there are some flat earthers where you could literally take them, you could have taken them on the Artemis II in the Orion capsule and had them looking out the window the entire 10 fucking days.
Right.
And they would still be like, nope, I feel like this is just a TV screen that you put in front of me.
Yeah. You kidnapped me and put me into a hangar that has this and
Yeah.
simulated the gravity. Like, I
Yeah.
don't,
I don't know,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. There's some people that you just cannot convince otherwise, no matter what. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just, I am so excited for what's going to come in the future. And I truly do believe, with Artemis 3 and lunar bases and then Mars and something like that, like every step forward, we're going to have skepticism grow to some extent.
Hmm.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I really feel like in our lifetime, we're going to see someone on Mars. A person is going to be on Mars,
Right.
you
Seems
know?
like it. Yeah.
And if we're real lucky, possibly in our lifetime too, depending on, because I mean, technology is exponential growth, we might be able to orbit the moon,
Yeah.
you know?
That would be
So
crazy.
I am so here for it if it does happen. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason why it shouldn't. But
Right.
yeah,
Well, yeah, at this trajectory, I guess it's gonna happen.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
it definitely
So,
will. But I think kind of like the overarching thing is not only how awesome the Artemis 2 program is and the Artemis program in general. I kind of got a little too philosophical at the end of this, I feel like, but I think the main thing I was trying to do is like you should still stay curious, but also stay skeptical and keep those like kind of balanced. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
You
Yeah, you
you
don't
don't
want to be gullible, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's what I got for the Artemis 2 program, Sarah.
Nice. Did you see that they named like a bright spot on the moon after like one of the astronauts' like wife who
Oh,
died?
did they? Really?
Yeah. So now it's named, I think it's named Carol. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, they just named it. They asked if they could name, because it's like a crater that creates a bright spot.
Mm. Okay.
So they said, could we name it his dead wife's name?
Well, that's really awesome,
That's
though.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So that's what
I
I
mean,
know about Artemis too.
the thing about it is, if you're one of the four people that are up there and you ask for, hey, we saw this thing and we want to do this, 90, like, you got a probably 99% chance of them being like, yeah, that sounds good to me. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah. I was Reed
So,
Wiseman's wife.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
I don't, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
interested
Hopefully,
to see.
I was going to say, hopefully in a year, um, we'll maybe see Artemis 3 and possibly the plans for Artemis 4 and 5 or however many they're going to do. And, I'm really excited to, a year from now, 2 years from now, to do a follow up episode and be like, hey, Sarah, when we going to the fucking moon? Next
We're next
podcast,
episode. Yeah.
yeah, next episode, we're going to the fucking moon.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
Well,
I would do
listeners,
it.
if you want to help us get to the moon in 2 years, possibly, one easy way would be to go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/the Paranoid Perspective Podcast. Got some extra little perks over there for you guys to check out. Another way, we have an Amazon affiliate. Sarah, what's our little product today?
I think I will say my light makes me look like the moon.
The ring light that, or
Yeah,
I
the
guess,
ring light.
yeah, the moonlight. It will that maybe I bet you they
Yeah.
got something like that too, but ring light works
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, my ring light. If you want to look like the moon, get the ring light.
There you go. Too easy. But
Well, you also have
easiest.
to be as pale as me, though. That does require that, but you
Well,
can
I mean,
try.
they got makeup for that too. You could don't people have
Yeah.
makeup that makes themselves look way more paler than they are?
Well, yeah,
Hmm,
right?
I don't know.
Just
I don't wear
well,
makeup.
goths
Oh, that's
wear like
true.
literally like white,
That's true. Yeah,
so not as white as me, but
yeah. One can aspire.
or I'm not as white as that's what I meant. I'm not white like the
We're picking up.
color like a sheet of paper.
We're picking up what you're putting down, Sarah. So,
Okay.
if you want to look super white like Sarah, get a ring light with our Amazon affiliate link.
Right.
Easiest and free way, though, if you want to support the show, share this podcast with a friend, like, comment, subscribe, all the good old social media buzzwords that you already know what to do. Check us out on any social media platform to do that. And as always,
Remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not watching. See you next time on The Paranoid Perspective.